What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Seahawks Now, your home for all things daily Seahawks news, updates, rumors, all things Seahawks content right here. Today we're talking winners and losers from Week 2 of the NFL season. The Seahawks against the Steelers. Seattle obviously got the win, their first win of the season. Who are the winners on the Seahawks? And which Seahawks lost the game? Which Seahawks have proven that they maybe don't deserve as many of the opportunities that they're getting? We're going to talk about that. Plus, we talk about, again, the increased need for a wide receiver. Do we still need a wide receiver? I don't know. We're going to talk about that. But let's get started, guys. Winners of Week 2. Sam Darnold. You have to talk about Sam Darnold as a winner of Week 2. He played a really good game. I understand he threw 2 interceptions, but he really came alive in the second half. Seattle scoring 24 second-half points, including 17 of those on the offense. 7 of those were on George Holani, who we'll get to in a second. But Sam Darnold's a winner. He played a good game. It was his first good game as a Seahawk, and I think he kind of needed it. Not that we had to win, and not that he even had to play well. But after Week 1, the narrative was Geno played really well for the Raiders in Week 1, and Darnold kind of struggled for the Seahawks. And now in Week 2, glad to see that the opposite has kind of occurred, where, in Week 2, we got to see Darnold play really well for the Seahawks, and Geno struggled in Las Vegas. So I think that kind of evens out that narrative. Anybody who is, wishing we had Geno, I think again. I mean, yeah, I think it's a good thing we made the right call to move on to Sam Darnold. I think that is pretty clear now. I think it's more clear now than even it was before. So, yeah, I'm happy about it. Happy we made the move. With that being said, another winner of the week, I'm going with Kenneth Walker. After Week 1, everyone was like, oh, Kenneth Walker, he's not very good. He should actually be the backup. He proved that I think he should be the starter. 13 carries, 105 yards. He averages 8.1 yards per carry. And, of course, he scores a rushing touchdown. He also catches a pass for 13 yards. So he had 118 total yards between the ground and the air. Kenneth Walker, he had a great game. And I think he proved to us and maybe to the coaching staff as well that, yeah, he does deserve to be the featured back. He actually had 2 fewer carries than Zach Charbonnet, who we will get to. But I think Kenneth Walker, from now going forward, yeah, he should be the guy getting the majority of the carries. Another winner, Jackson Smith-Njigba. I feel like I'm just naming off the good players on our team. But yeah, Jackson, he's a winner. He had a good game. Right now, second in the league in receiving yards. Heavy Sports writes he's emerging as one of the best receivers in the NFL. And it's true. Right now, JSN, he's breaking out. I feel like by the end of this year, next year, we're going to start talking about Jackson Smith-Njigba as a legitimate star. I don't think people really see him as that right now. But he was a Pro Bowler last year. He went for 1,130 yards. And this year, already 227 yards to his first 2 games, 17 receptions, averaging 13.4 yards per reception. Hasn't found the end zone yet. But this guy is a legitimate star. I think he had a great game. Another guy who I think was a winner is Cooper Kupp. I think he really silenced the doubters. 90 yards, 7 receptions. I think there was a lot of people after Week 1 who were saying, did we make the right decision signing Cooper Kupp? I think we did. I think Cooper Kupp is starting to prove himself, so that was a great thing to see out of him. Defensively, the winner on defense, I'm going with Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, such a grinder, a guy who, I remember hearing when after we drafted him in the 4th round, I remember hearing, Kobe Bryant, this kid looks really good. This kid looks like he could be the next Richard Sherman. And obviously he hasn't been that good. But at age 26, he is really starting to break out. He gets an interception. His first of the season. He had 3 last year in 11 starts. Good for Kobe Bryant, man. I mean, his interception was a real game changer, a real tone shifter in the game. Really helped us out. And finally, George Holani. George Holani's a winner. I know he's just a special teams guy. You can say he got lucky. He knew the rules, and the Steelers didn't. He took advantage of a new rule. He lands on the ball for a huge swing. Gives us 7 points, 7 free points that tied the game for us. So yeah, George Holani, huge play. Able to jump on that ball in the end zone. All right, let's talk losers real quick. Who are the losers from our Week 2 win against the Steelers? This one, it seems pretty obvious. Zach Charbonnet, he's a loser. He goes for 10 yards on 15 carries, averaging less than 1 yard per carry. That's just not good. It's not good. And Zach Charbonnet was everyone's favorite player going into this week. He had such a good game in week 1. Week 2, yeah, Charbonnet struggles. He's going to be on the bench next week. I'm going to guess he's not going to get 15 carries next week. We'll see. Another loser on the day is the tight end Elijah Arroyo, who continues to kind of have a slow start to begin his NFL career. 2 receptions for 31 yards. I think if Elijah Arroyo wants to be the future starter at this position, he's going to need to be up his game a little bit. A.J. Barner looked better than him. A.J. Barner looked better blocking and better receiving. Defensively, honestly, I don't have a whole lot of losers. I thought the defense played it pretty well. I would just say, defensively, the loser to me would be probably the secondary, just because I thought in the first half they were letting Aaron Rodgers beat them over the top a little bit. But I thought the defense actually played really well. So I'm not gonna harp on the defense too much. With that being said, though, I want to move on to talk about the receivers real quick. Because last week I talked about, do I think we needed to add a receiver? And I said we did. I thought we did need to add a wide receiver. I thought we needed to trade for somebody, because I said Cooper Kupp looks old, looks kind of slow, not getting open. I wasn't really sold on Torrey Horton either. And after week 2, look, I don't want to overreact to one game. I still think that we could use another receiver, but I'm less worried, right? That's what I'll say. I'm less worried. And I think part of that is because JSN is actually looking like a superstar, to the point where, yeah, he's one of the statistically best receivers in the league right now. Part of that's also because we did see Torrey Horton and Cooper Kupp both have decent games. Cooper Kupp going for 90 yards, 7 receptions, and Torrey Horton finding the end zone for his first career touchdown. So between JSN being one of the highest yards per catch receivers right now in the NFL, and with Kupp and Horton both coming off of solid games, I'm not as worried about the receiving core as I was after week 1. That's not to say I don't think we could add another receiver. I do still think that is something we should be interested in. But right now, JSN, he is second in the league in receiving yards, and I believe he is also second in the league in receptions. So he's been really good, right? And now we've actually seen Kupp and Horton do something. So I think it's less pressing. Again, if you told me we're going to trade for Tyreek Hill tomorrow, I'd be ecstatic. I'd be the happiest person. I'd be the happiest fan. If you said we're going to trade for A.J. Brown, who a lot of people want to think might be getting traded, again, I'd be very happy. But I don't think it's a necessity anymore, because we did have a solid game from our receivers last week against Pittsburgh, and we won the game. So with that in mind, that is going to wrap our video up for today. A little bit of a shorter one. Let me know down in the comments below, do you think we need to add a receiver? Right? Do you actually believe that this is something that we need, or is there another need that we need? Obviously, we need O-line help. We always need O-line help. But from the receiving perspective, do you think we should trade for a receiver at the deadline? If so, who? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, see you guys tomorrow, and until then, go Seahawks.